Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, hey, how's it going, everybody? I pulled down all my Classic Primes to clean them and kind of, work the joints, play with them, spin everything around in a circle, make sure that everything still moves, nothing isn't broken or cracked. Thought I'd share them with you. Thought I'd go over a few of these Classic Prime models that I have and see if there's any that maybe you didn't know were out there. Or maybe some that you knew were out there, but you didn't know exactly how they looked, how they stacked up, how they might look in your collection. I've got quite a few of them. I've got a couple. I've been collecting for about 30 some odd years, so, you end up with one or two of some things. Let's go over these real quick. Let me tell you about these. That is the Fans Project TFX 07 Blue Armor. And you can see, it's I've got my Classics Ultra Magnus in there. He comes with arms, well, 4 arms, and a little door thing that goes over that and kind of keeps that. It doesn't really make the kibble go away, but it makes it to where it looks better, kind of pushes it back. And it comes with this new gun thing. He comes with new legs and new feet. You can see how the legs kind of just, the toes point down and then they go up in there. Comes with a crotch piece. All this over here. In the Ultra Magnus version, you get those shoulder sets. Comes with missile pods back there. And these actually, they swivel around very easily. You've got a little swivel thing back there. And you can swivel them and you can put them on the sides. But with this arm kibble, it's kind of annoying. And it doesn't really look right. And you can't hold his guns right. So I don't do that. That is the TFX 07 Blue Armor. Let's pan back over here. This is the TFX 08 Red Armor. I know. They're creative. Blue Armor, Red Armor. But he comes with the exact same set of stuff, except for back there he's got some big, huge guns. He's got a nice new gun that, forms right there. And the same door thing that slides over the existing door kibble. But yeah, he's pretty cool. And right here, this is one of my favorite KOs. I got this guy on Mercari like a long time ago. This is the Cold, K-O-L-D, KO of Classics Primes. And it's actually a KO, I cannot remember the name of the company. There's one company that came out with a Blue Prime, and boy, howdy did it, and it was a third party. It blew up. Blew up. I mean, it's like $300-400 now. This guy I bought for $10 a long time ago, and he's fine. The problem with him is his, there is super, super loose. At any point in time, I can open that up. There's a large pin that holds that together. Put a little bit of nail polish in there. There, of course, is your Classic Prime. The Classics Prime in his truck mode. And he is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Nothing wrong with this guy. Had that one since probably 2015. And then, let's scoot him up. Back behind there, this guy. That is underneath all that is a Nemesis Classics Prime. And that is the TFX 01B. Might be Fans Project still. I don't know. I think so. It was a San Diego Comic-Con 2008 exclusive set of armor for that guy. Is it the best? No. Those are the big shoulder things are floppy on there, and his feet stay in there very well, but he just takes up a lot of space now. But he looks a lot better. He looks cool. Comes with the shoulder bits, and those, kind of slide in and around and hide the door kibble a little bit. Comes with those big pylons, comes with the chest piece, head piece, cod piece, new legs that actually go all the way up and connect. And that's pretty cool. Then over here we have one of my favorites. This is the Zhujiang JJ01. And let's get him so he's not blasting the top of Prime's cab off there. Oh, that guy, this guy is phenomenal. Everything from here down, this is all metal. Tons of die cast up in here. I bet you this dude weighs 2 pounds. And he is huge. There, let me throw the cold KO there so you can get an idea. That is the Zhuzhang JJ01. And I got him on AliExpress. I've had him for quite a while. This figure's been out. I think I got him in 2013, 14. So he's 5, 6 years old. And just as tight as day one on every ratchet. And the cool thing, back here, excuse me, that clips in, and you can see the hands here that he came with. These are like little Gundam put-together hands. Let me just play them out a little bit. But they have got tons. I mean, all of that's articulated. The paint's kind of coming off of it a little bit. I painted these whenever I got them. But cut them out of the sprue, clipped them together. 5 years later, and no fingers are falling out? MP, figure, you know, the masterpiece line doesn't have hands that are this good. There you go. That's the Zhuzhang JJ01, and he is awesome. Over here, this is the TFX 07 blue armor. And you can see he's got the things that slide on there, and kind of, they don't necessarily hide the door kibble, but they make it look better. Tighten it up. There's his big legs that go on there, and he comes with those 2 guns that form together and probably, you know, make something like the, this is off the guy up there, but, you know, make that little top of the cab thing, air dam. That is the TFX 07 blue armor on my Ultra Magnus Classics in there, and he looks awesome. He looks cool. Back behind there, I got this guy and this guy. I got them both in a lot. 10 years ago. These came out in 2013, so I got them maybe 2015. Got both of these guys in a lot with 2 Classics Primes. He came with the Classic Prime that's in there, and then he came with that, and I got that one. That is the X, or no, not X, I always try and read it, Crossover Gen TF01B? It's Trailer Force, is what it's called. And it is made by Crossover Gen. And how do you spell that? X-O-V-E-R-G-E-N. Crossover Gen. And of course, it's like a Power Master Prime. But this guy, you can see on the inside of there, he's got little sliding mechanisms. You can put a G1 Prime in there. You can put everything up to a Classics Prime in there, and it will fit. It's pretty cool looking. Of course, you know, I just have the Classics Prime in over here. And the cool thing, too, about this guy, he's called the Vindicator. Yeah. And he comes with like a little tiny trailer. And you can unpin the trailer and fold it out, and it hooks up on his back, so it gives him like this capey looking thing. But I don't really like it, and it doesn't stay in very well. There were only 1,000 of these made. Only 1,000. So there are 999 of them out there. And they still go pretty cheap. You can pick this up on eBay. 199 bucks, $200 for a limited $1,000 or 1,000 set. I mean, that's pretty cool. And they have held up the hands, you know, individual jointed fingers. Everything's held up on him. I did get in the lot that I bought the God Bomber armor. They call it the Apex armor. And unfortunately, he's missing a foot off the God Bomber. So I can't do anything with it. I could. I've got my 3D printer. I just need to measure out the foot and do a file and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I thought I would share these guys with you and kind of give you an idea of what's out there. And truth be told, this guy, the armor for that guy, and the armor for this guy, TF Source, Big Bad Toy Store, they've got it on sale right now for $15. For 15 bucks, you get new legs, you get those 2 guns, you get the hands, you get the forearm pieces, you get all this stuff for $15 to make your Classic Prime look just, you know, pretty bad. I think he looks great. Here's a little size comparison. You know, brings him up 2 or 3 inches depending on, you know, if you're looking at the top of the thing there, but you know, these are some awesome, awesome armor sets. 15 bucks? Hey. But the thing is, there's quantity of one on each one of these, so you better get it if you want it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, whatever you have going on, I hope it is the absolute best. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, or anybody wants to chat, you want to chat about a Prime, I'm your boy. You know, I will talk Prime for days, and you know, we'll have fun. Alright guys, I hope whatever you have going on, it is the absolute best, and I hope it continues to be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see y'all later.